Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with a Starseed pick a card reading for messages from your Starseed collective. So pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile 3 is on the right. So take your time and choose your pile now. Tune in to which Starseed collective feels right for you. And then timestamps will be in the description box below, and I do give an intro right now of what is a starseed, so stay tuned and watch the beginning of this video. Aloha everyone, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with Starseed Sunday. So we're going to look into messages from your Starseed collective, but before we get to that, I just wanted to explain what a starseed or a light worker is, because you may just be watching this for the first time. So basically a starseed is people who have incarnated onto Earth whose origins are not of Earth. So your soul blueprint and your soul origin resonates and originates from another star system. Right? So a different planet. And often the reason that the starseeds and light workers have incarnated on Earth is to help with the ascension process. So Mother Earth or Gaia, our planet that we're living on currently, is in an ascension process. Physically going through an evolutionary process, as well as all of the people in nature on it. And so the starseeds have collected because we're moving into a different realm of consciousness. And so many of you may have heard of 5D or fifth dimension. And so those of us who are starseeds or light workers have been incarnated to help raise that frequency of Earth to the 5D. Now, it's not like we're going to this physicality, like new place. A 5D basically means awareness. So once we become aware, then our consciousness expands. So 5D is that awareness that we do get to play out in the matrix of the 3D reality. The movie, as my kahuna would call it, right? He said, watch the movie. If you don't like it, change it, right? So basically our time on Earth is, you could call it kind of like a movie. That's how I liken life to that. So for those of you who are starseeds and light workers, many of you may feel a strong pull to a mission, like what you're supposed to do on this earth to help people. Many people are healers with advanced healing technology, and many of the starseed systems are here with actual technology, so they tend to be more scientists, right? So depending where you originate from, you can look at your characteristics. All in all, across the board, most starseeds, are extremely sensitive, very empathic. They know without knowing how they know, right? Many have huge healing qualities, hands-on or remote. There's an innate understanding of energy and this process of love and loving others, okay? Many of us, or if not all, have felt like we really don't fit in. So even during childhood, you may have been the black sheep of the family or been really different to other people that you've been around. Some of you might be mediums, so you might have from an early age seen or heard or felt people who had already crossed over or had their death experience. Many of you are prophetic in your psychic abilities, so you may have seen future events ahead of time. Many of you are very aware of how energy works, how the body works. You may have been in tune at a very young age to religion or spirituality, just because you were looking for that outer world from whence you came. And sometimes, because of the sensitivities, some may be introverted or extra quiet. Okay, not all, but there's a difference, right? Many of you are here to work with the ley lines, the actual physical grid of Earth. So many of you are travelers, where you travel to different areas of the world to give your energy, or mana, as we call that in Hawaii, to the Earth, to activate those grids. Many of you are excellent with crystals in the rock kingdom or the plant kingdom. Most starseeds have an affinity for animals or familiars, if you will. Okay, so checking into your particular qualities, we're going to get a message with this pick a card from the three that were accessible for this pick a card reading. But if you feel like you are a starseed, look up the different planets and alien races and their characteristics, because you may find that you have resonate very strongly with one planetary system or multiple. So you can be a hybrid, right? But all in all, we are here to lift the vibrational resonance of planet Earth. And so many starseeds and light workers have already been on their path for many, many years. There's been certain different wake up times. But if you are watching this as it's recorded and uploaded, we are in a very mass awakening time where people are waking up to their otherworldly connections. They're waking up to their spiritual gifts. You may have been experiencing this. Many will experience ascension symptoms. I'm not a doctor, so please, if something is wrong, go get it checked out. Okay, but some of the ascension symptoms, migraines, feeling like you have the flu, but when you go to the doctor, there's no flu or COVID, but your body feels like it's going through that. Sensitivity to smells, light. So you may be sensitive, your skin may be more sensitive. Some experience ringing in the ears. Some experience dizziness or vertigo because your body, your whole DNA is shifting. Some experience kind of itching of the skin or the scalp as you're learning to integrate vibrations that are new or higher frequency. There can be fatigue, or on the other side of it, there can be like an excess of energy. Many have trouble with electronics because it, like when you touch an electronic, it sometimes messes up. While you're in the process of awakening, eventually you may learn how to ground. That's not always the case, but many do learn how to ground the energy so that you're not messing up the electronics. But some have experienced that. And so there's many other symptoms of waking up where your DNA is shifting, where you're remembering your past lives, but also your origin story, right? So that's just a little recap of what a starseed and light worker is, what it may be like to wake up to these new energies. It is like a process of waking up from a slumber. Some things will be a learning as you're going through your spiritual journey, as you are looking at your starseed origins and finding out which one you resonate with particularly. So some of that is going to be a learning, like brand new learning of how to do energy differently. And then a lot of it is going to be a remembering. So it's like, and I just got chills with that. So when you read about or you learn a specific energy modality, it's like you get the validation and you remember, yes, I've always known this. I've always known that that was something that was inside of me. And so you get the validation that you're not crazy, right? That you are feeling the things that you're feeling, that it has a name or a process, right? I remember after I finally started learning about, I had my wake up, I've always been pretty well awake, we'll say, in that way. But in 2002, I had a huge process where I had a migraine continuously for 30 days. So I laid in darkness for 30 days, and then there were these orbs and other things around me, and I had just left a very cult-like religion, we'll say. It was very strict religion. So I didn't know anything about our starseed origin. So I thought I was dying and that I had these like devils around me or something. But come to find out, those orbs of light were actually my spirit team waking me up. And it was 10 years later before I started getting the training to learn what had happened to me. And so I got that validation much later, but time is much faster now, so you don't have to wait 10 years like me to get the answers that you seek, but that is why I do love to do these spiritual messages and education, because sometimes we can feel alone. And I wouldn't want anyone to feel that way, because we all have had varying experiences in the spiritual realm. And if there's some validation, if there's some learning that I can provide, I'm very happy to do that. So many different ways of waking up, but there are remembrances, and that's the beautiful thing. So I realized in meditation, after when I first started learning, that 10 years after my awakening experience, I got to know that I was already intuiting and picking up things that were ancient meditation techniques that I had no name for, and I hadn't been exposed to the information, but I was already connecting with those ancient lineages and processes. And so you may be doing that as well, connecting with your starseed origin and methods of how to bring that information into the human body. Okay, so I'm going to leave that explanation there, and we're going to get into the actual readings. But I just thought this particular video, it would be good to give a little explanation. For those that are new, please share your stories in the comments of, your wake up processes, if you would love to share with the community, and how maybe different experiences that you're having and that you got to learn later what it was, or as you look up your starseed collective or have these messages, let me know the parts that were validating to you and that resonated with you. That way your experience may also be resonant for somebody else, and so it may be a blessing if you share your experience, because someone else who's reading this may also be going through that, and that will let them know they're not alone. Okay, so very, very grateful to share that with you guys. So let's get into the reading. I'm going to move on to pile 1. Okay, see you in your reading. Aloha, pile 1. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly. Excuse me. Coming to you with your Starseed Sunday messages from your Starseed collective. We're going to get some messages for right now for you guys. I'm just going to let Spirit in your Starseed collective speak, give the messages of what they want to talk about right now. So it could be varied, and take what resonates with you and leave the rest as always, okay? Because I am reading for many, many people. And so do take what resonates only with you. I do want to say thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for hitting that bell button, and thank you for those who have donated and those who comment. I'm so grateful, truly, because it's helping my channel to grow and expand. As well as I do a contest every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I will let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here for the message and not for the drawing. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, I love these spiritual readings. Okay, here we go. Pile 1. You guys chose deep cellular healing. This is Arcturus energy. I love the Arcturians. Love it. And this says physical and emotional healing. So the Arcturians are a race of benevolent starseed system, okay? They are here to help raise the frequency of Earth. They bring through intelligence. It was said that Jesus of Nazareth and Mary Magdalene were Arcturians, okay? So they come from that star system. Very, very intelligent and very healing collective. And one of the things that the Arcturians are doing in this particular time frame, because they are a very mission-oriented group, they're given their mission and they collect the data and they do the healing and the process. But one of the things that the Arcturians are working on for their evolution is adding in the piece of love. Very loving collective, but so mission-oriented that sometimes love has been a little bit evasive to this collective. And so they are working on adding in the physical and romantic love, the spiritual healing that comes through that love, okay? And actually making time for their relationships because they are so mission oriented. So for you in a physical body, because this is your home planet, you may be extremely mission oriented. Like, you see what could help humanity. Many of you may be healers in some way. This could be doctors, nurses, massage therapists, Reiki healers, sound healers. You may have some sort of technology. They're showing me like you've put together an app or something from the cell phone that would be very healing to people. They're showing me also like YouTube, people who put together those YouTube sound videos that are deeply healing and high frequency videos that help the body to heal. But what they're saying in this particular moment is that you also have an opportunity to go through some deep cellular healing, physical and emotional at this time, because you deserve to be loved, okay? This group, I feel, because my back is starting to hurt, I feel like you've put a lot of responsibility on your shoulders that needs to be balanced, okay? It's almost like you've been so mission-oriented and so much taking care of everyone else that you've forgotten yourself a bit. And your collective is saying, tune in with us. First off, they're going to help you to heal. So the Arcturians have a ship just outside of Earth's atmosphere that's very healing. It's called Athena. So if you've been hearing the name Athena or been feeling into that, you've been connecting with that. And Arcturus happens to be one of my main home frequencies. Not the only, but main, right? And so I often go there to regenerate. So what they're saying is there's a need to tune in your meditations, go to your regeneration chamber, go to let the healers and the priests and priestesses from the Arcturians help you to release some of the physical tension that you have acquired helping others, right? So there's a need to kind of release that energy out. Sorry, we just had a leaf blow into the office here. And so it feels like I need to relax and to release. Let's get a few more cards of these Starseed oracles. Just go a little deeper into this message. I feel like what they're showing is that your team has you. You are not alone, and they have your energy wrapped with love, compassion, with healing energies. I feel like you guys have really overworked yourself in this first pile, and they're asking you to take some balance. Because remember, responsibility is respond to your ability. If you look at the word, right? So each day, your ability may be different. So respond to your ability in the moment. Instead of taking on the responsibility of the world, Okay, let the world be your individual self. Okay, respond to that ability. Keep yourself healed and cleaned and clear and happy. Okay, we have you are not alone, and this says isolation, physical connection, and community. And so that's what I was saying earlier, is you're not alone on this. You do not have to take up the mantle for all of the earth, okay? And I do feel like if you're watching this when it comes out, we've had a few years of the COVID situation, so there has been isolation in that regard. But I feel like it's time for physical connection and to find your Starseed community. And so your Arcturian Collective is letting you know that you're about to come into some new friends. You're about to connect with them on a higher level if you're not already. Excuse me. But they're also going to connect you with other people who are incarnated that are of the same Starseed Collective, the same frequency as you. Okay, so they are absolutely going to be bringing you people, because I feel like this group, you have felt like you have been doing it alone. And I know what that feels like at different times of my life. I have felt very lonely in my mission and haven't had people around me to explain or commune in a frequency that is like home-based. You know, it's like even my family, I never felt like I was similar to them. So you may not feel like you're similar to your birth family even. And so you're about to have some soul team people that are coming in. Okay. And then it says activated earth. It says power places, ley lines, trust where you are led. I love this. Okay, so if you watch the explanation or the preface of this video about starseeds, I did mention that some of you are travelers and go to different ley lines. Okay, ley lines are the power places of the earth that connect everything in the earth to each other. Okay, it's like the power grid underground. And you're being led to not only help activate that, but also to travel. So if you have been feeling like you need to travel somewhere specific, or you've had this in mind, it's time now for you to trust where you're being led. Some of you may feel like you need to move. Like I definitely migrated through my spiritual journey, and I've ended up in my homeland now, you know, of Hawaii, but I didn't start there, right? So I moved different places and traveled different places that I was called, and Hawaii was home for me. And I knew it from the moment that I stepped foot onto the Aina. And so you will know. I feel like location-wise right now, you may not be in the best location for yourself to feel like you're thriving. And so it's time to maybe have a journey and do some traveling and go to some of these sacred places that you're being called to. And here's how you know, is if you're interested in going, that's the place, okay? If it's like, I always wanted to go there. Okay, so when I was younger, we didn't have much money. And I had a friend of mine who went to Hawaii every year, sometimes twice a year. And to mask feeling jealous, I said, oh, I don't like Hawaii. Because I never thought that I would have enough money to go there. I never thought that I would have enough. I was raised, you know, we had everything we needed, but we didn't really go beyond that as far as financially. And so what was really cool is that when my Hawaii journeys came about through a class that I was taking, they also offered journeys to Hawaii. It ended up people would come out of the woodwork to help me get to Hawaii. And so it was like, I had some people that donated. I had someone give me like a scholarship. I had someone pay for my flights, and then I paid for a lot of it. But then my clients would give me really great tips. I was a massage therapist at that time. And so if you're supposed to be somewhere, it will work out, okay? And then turns out I was always supposed to live in Hawaii. So regardless of how you've come up, maybe you have a lot of money, maybe you don't have much money at all. If you're supposed to be somewhere, and if your energy is being called somewhere, the way will show itself. And it may not make any kind of sense, and it may be up to the last minute. Some of my Hawaii journeys, it was up to the very last minute. But I knew I was supposed to go. I knew I was called. And so I said, it doesn't matter if I have to sleep on the beach and not be part of the group because I may not have enough for tuition, but I can get a flight. I was willing, okay? So I feel like your each individual journey and process is going to be different, but listen to where you feel drawn to visit because there is something there for you, okay? It's important, and you may meet your people as well. I'm just going to do a couple more cards here because this feels really good. It feels like you're healing, you're activating, and it's time to travel and go to, yeah. Perfect. I'm really happy for you guys. So you got Gemini, which is curiosity, intellect, and networking. Okay, so time to start networking. Many of you may feel or identify that you're more of an introvert, but it feels like network in whichever way that you can. You could do it online. Have that curiosity like the Gemini. This is an air sign and it's the twins, okay? So I feel like you're going to be seeing multiple perspectives. You're going to be really coming into your own in the next few months. They're saying 3 months. So there's going to be a lot of change for this group in the next 3 months. And it's a change into your self-confidence. We have Leo energy here. It's self-confidence, loyalty, and curiosity. They're asking you to be curious. Leo rules the heart. Okay, so this has to do with, remember, the Arcturians are learning to be heart-based in the decisions rather than mind and mission-based, okay? And so this is part of your soul team's evolution, and they want you to be confident about yourself and also loyal to yourself. We have House 8. This is transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacy, okay? This group, with this deep cellular healing and this Arcturus energy, you are releasing your karmas, okay? You're transforming. You're facing your fears. So some of this travel to places or even communing with new people could be a little bit intimidating or out of your comfort zone. But what they're saying is that you are having this transformation process. You are going to face your fears. It's going to be extremely healing for you in the next 3 months, extremely enlightening. You're meeting new people who will not only love and adore you, but you guys are on a similar mission because you've come from the same star home. And so that's going to be really beautiful energy, okay? So I feel like I'm going to leave that there. It feels complete. Yeah. It feels like you are moving into this change. They are asking you to rest and relax. They are asking you to open yourself up to the availability of traveling to your heart's home, we'll say, right? To your power places. It's time for that, okay? So thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Those of you who would like to enter the contest, it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already, so subscribe and hit that bell button. Like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write Arcturian. And that lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. I will do that on, what are we in, July 1st, and announce the winner then, and hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha. Aloha Group 2, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your pick a card Starseed Sunday reading of messages from your Starseed collective. Okay, so let's hop right into it. First off, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for donating. I'm so appreciative of all of that because it does help my channel to grow and expand. I also do a contest every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I will let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here for the messages and not for the drawing. All right, let's get to it. We have You Got the Love, and it's Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. All right. With this group, you guys resonate or were drawn to the Hadarians. Hadarians are a very high frequency Starseed collective. I believe they are 9th dimension and above. I think you would have to look this up. They're still a new energy for me. And so from what I understand about the Hadarians is that you guys are extremely sensitive. You can feel everything, and you guys are the lovers of the Starseed groups. All Starseed groups have an element of love in high portions, but you guys are like the top of it. So for you, you guys are such lovers that sometimes it can be that you enter into codependency, or you have sometimes loose boundaries because you love everyone for who they are, and you see people at their soul level. So even people who maybe are not the nicest or best in their earth suit, they're not behaving well on earth, you see them as their energy as a soul. But sometimes it's like that actually is hard for you because it ends up making the boundaries, like where if you saw them for how they were acting in this moment, you would have better boundaries. But because you see them at a soul level, it's hard for you to set those boundaries sometimes. And so for this group, what they're saying is it's time for some boundaries, positive ones. It doesn't mean you don't still love those around you, because you guys are lovers and will always be lovers. Okay, this is the most beautiful energy. The Hadarian energy is so nurturing and so loving, but so sensitive that sometimes like this group cannot be in large crowds. This group cannot be with loud places or people who are aggressive. Like you may not even be able to watch certain action movies because there's too much violence. This group has a huge aversion to violence, which most Starseeds do have that aversion, but this group is absolutely, it's like this pure, innocent love is what your soul is. And you're learning in this lifetime, in this time frame, to be that pure love and see the beautiful things and hold your vibration, and at the same time to have positive boundaries, that just because someone needs healing or someone needs to be loved doesn't mean that you give them everything, doesn't mean you rescue, doesn't mean that you let them in your house just because you see them in their love when they might be a thief. You know what I mean? So there's different, you're learning a level of discernment at this time that just because you do love so deeply doesn't mean that everyone needs to come to you. Okay, so you're learning to have good energetic boundaries and a protection of your energy. And so what they just told me was the triple seed of protection. So this is a light process that you can do to put on your light each day. Okay, so they do want me to share it with you. So this is called the triple capsule of protection, and it's 3 different lights that you put on. just like you would put your clothes on. In your mind's eye, you put these lights on. They are connected to different archangels, and so their purposes will keep your energetic boundaries more solid. So if you add that practice in, it's going to help. So the first step is that you put on a white light with golden flecks. So fill your whole aura and inside your body with this white light with golden flecks. And the next layer is emerald green light. This is a healing light, okay? So it will heal anything that is trying to come at you that would be harmful to the body, because this group, you are so sensitive to energies that sometimes that can be physically present, okay? So next, that second light is emerald green light, and you're going to put that through your body and on the second layer, encapsulating that white light. And then the third and final light is actually a flame, and it's the purple transmuting flame. This is the flame of Saint Germain, okay? And so it goes all the way outside your aura, outside that green light and the white lights inside, and you bring it all through your aura and your energy field. But what that does is it transmutes any negative energy as it comes into the field, so that it does not affect your physical body or your mental, emotional bodies, okay? And so this is a good practice. They wanted me to share that with you because this group is so sensitive, and as a collective right now we are in a wake-up process massively. So even if you have been aware that you're a starseed for many years, even us who've been around for a long time and known that that was part of our mission, we're going to our next levels. And then people are waking up for the very first time. So whatever position that you're in on your journey, you're moving to the next level. So your sensitivities are only going to be increasing, okay? And so Spirit is very adamant. I think some of you have been asking, like, how do I have these boundaries? How do I protect myself without being without losing my love, without losing who I am, because you are such lovers. And that's a way. You do it with light, okay? You protect yourself with light. All right, let's get the next messages here for pile 2, the Hadarians. Okay. Beautiful. All right, my friends. So we have up next is Orion energy. So this group, you may have had some conflict lately in your life, because you may have attracted to yourself some karmic relationships and polarity. This is for your soul growth, but that does create some conflict. Now, the Orion energy, they've been through a lot of war. They've been through a lot of, they are a mix in that collective of benevolent beings and non-benevolent beings, okay? So this is where there's karmic connections typically come through Orion energy, all right? Now, I will say that many, during the wars, if you've had some soul ties to Orion, many leveled up. They did not want to be participating in the world wars, and the priests and priestesses kind of moved on. Many of them moved on to Lyra and Sirius, and so you may have some lingering Orion roots as well. But this just says more so, I feel like there have been karmic energies that have seen your light and your love and have needed the healing, and they've entered your energy and your atmosphere, and that's created kind of that codependency thing that you've been releasing. So you may have been dealing with some karmic relationships in the recent past. They're saying for the last 1 to 5 years. Okay, so this could be in any way. This could be a family member. This could be a romantic connection. This could be friendships. It feels like maybe more than one. You've been having to learn from and release. And what Spirit's saying is that you are clearing out the karma at this time. You're releasing that. You're allowing yourself to surrender to the sweetness, okay? Because this is Venusian energy, which the Hadarians are ruled by Venus, okay? So this is a time for pleasure, for joy, and to make love to life, okay? So where you have been dealing with karmic partnerships for the last several years, you're about to release those, okay, through the practice of the protection of your energy, through the practice of focusing on love, surrendering to the sweetness of life, allowing your boundary to be, if it feels good, if it feels right, that's what I'm going to go for. If it feels beautiful like this picture, that's the relationships that I'm going to enter into. The one that looks at you like a god or goddess. The one that is sharing with you in the waters of beautiful emotion. But notice that they're calm waters, beautifully flowing. Okay? So you guys have beautiful things coming in, and then we have double mission here. It says, light worker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Okay, so you're here both as human and as a Hadarian. We know that. Oh, I thought that was a person up in there. It's not. Okay. So essentially, you are releasing those toxic energies. You are here to be a light worker in Starseed, and part of that is you being your beautiful, loving self without the codependency, without the clinging. And I feel like there's clinging to you and from you in these karmic situations. And as you're releasing that, you're going to be behaving differently. And it's like there's so much, I feel like, love and laughter that's coming. In this particular moment, you may be releasing some friendships and relationships. So I know what they're showing is like your team is really embracing you with love and with the strength to make the decisions that are correct for you, so that you can move forward on your path, okay? So that you can move into love and sweetness and beauty that you are, by the way. Okay, beautiful. Wow, this group, you are going through huge spiritual growth at this time. Okay, the focus is on your spirituality. We have house 12, which is spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. So you're absolutely healing. We have water, which is spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. Hold 1 second. Okay, and then you have the spirituality. And then we have house 9, spiritual growth. Okay, so you are in a huge time of spiritual growth. You're releasing that which no longer serves you, relationships, emotions. You're healing old emotions, and you're really coming into knowing your spiritual team. I feel like for some of you, this may be the first or beginnings of watching spiritual topics. You may have just been attracted to the video, and it's like, whoa, I'm going through this huge awakening process, right? So for this group, I feel like you are starting to realize that you're not from Earth originally. You're starting to realize, I don't need to have these toxic behaviors around me in order to succeed or to live well. And so you are going through this beautiful spiritually transcendent time. I feel like you're getting messages. I feel like you're getting visions. I feel like your feelings and sensations you're getting more and more sensitive. Okay, and so this is an indication to take good care of yourself and your boundaries. Okay, because you are in such a growth spurt spiritually, it's important maybe to step away from certain people or situations that are taxing on you emotionally or physically, so that you can fully integrate all of the new. Okay, so your spirit team is letting you know, they are aware that you have been going through karmic cycles, but you are about to come out of it. You're about to show up as yourself, and you're about to surrender to that sweetness because you are going through spiritual transformation. And they want you to know that you can call on them anytime. The Hadarians will speak to you through song and in your dream time. Okay. They also told me numbers. So they showed me 777, 1111, and 333. So, and I guess any repeating numbers, but those were the three that they showed me immediately. So some of you, those might resonate as numbers that you're seeing regularly. So they're going to speak to you abstractly, which is how spirit speaks to you. But your team is talking to you through song, specifically through your dream time. So you may be having interesting dreams. Keep a dream journal by you. And they're going to help you to protect your energy. So put on those lights every day, or do a different practice that feels good to you to protect your energy, to create the appropriate boundaries so that you're no longer taking on everybody's stuff. You guys are highly, highly empathic and very healing because of the lovers that you are, but that does take a physical toll on the body. So stepping aside for a little bit from anything that is really wearing on your energy is going to be appropriate for right now, because you are in a huge spiritual growth spurt. So, you know, hang in there. If you need help, you know, you can always, I'm always available for sessions. There's people out there, a trusted mentor. We are in a time of personal sovereignty, so there's no need to have a guru, but sometimes we need some answers about what we're going through, or some help to move through some of the shifts. So you are welcome to reach out, right, and have that. So you're not alone in this, but you are moving up spiritually quite rapidly. Okay, so hang in there, stay hydrated, have your good boundaries, put on your spiritual armor, as it were. And I look forward to seeing you on the other end of this, okay? Because I feel like you're going to be so much more confident in the next few months, because it's like you're clearing up those patterns now, and they're saying the next like 3 to 6 months, you're going to be feeling very different, as if you are a whole different person, because you've released all of these dissonant energies that weren't you in the first place, all of the things that you've been holding on to that are not your responsibility to hold on to, okay? So thank you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. And for those of you who would like to enter the drawing, it's free to enter, free to win. Here's how you do it. You be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe, hit that bell button, like and share this video. And then in the comment section below, write Hadarian, Hadarian. And that lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. And I will do that drawing July 1st and announce the winner. And hopefully it is you. So until next time, aloha. Aloha Pile 3, this is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly, coming to you with your spirit Starseed Sunday. Basically, we are going to look into your Starseed collective and actually get some messages. I'm leaving it open-ended for those messages. At the beginning of the video, I did do a preface on what a Starseed and light worker is, and some common ascension symptoms. So if you didn't watch that, maybe watch it if you would like a little additional information there. Okay, so before we get started, I want to say thank you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button. All those things help my channel to grow and expand, as well as thank you for those who have donated or tipped, and thank you for those who comment. It's helping me grow and the channel grow so we can do more fun stuff here. As well as I do a contest every month, free to enter, free to win, for a 30-minute session with me personally. I will let you know at the end of the video how to enter that drawing, as some are here for the messages and not the drawing. Okay, so let's get started. You guys picked the 7 star sisters, which this is Pleiadian energy, okay? The Pleiades are the 7 sisters, the 7 stars there. This is birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. Okay, so those of you who are tapping into this energy may have strong ties to the Pleiades. And the Pleiades are a benevolent race of starseeds who are very heart-centered. They're very mission-oriented. So you may feel that you have a mission in this life to help other people, to raise the frequency. You may have certain healing techniques. These are also the teachers. Many Pleiadians help to teach and train others to their ascension process, to the light. And so these also tend to have kind of a Nordic look, I guess you could say. So these are humanoid looking starseed race. Many of them are a bit blonde in look. But that being said, it depends on where you are in the world, because Pleiadians are, there's very many Hawaiians who come from that energy, or Pacific Islanders, right? So it doesn't have to be that look. That's just been the most documented of the looks, I guess you could say. So if you're feeling into this Pleiadian energy, you definitely have a mission here on Earth, okay? You guys are often like the architects and builders and the teachers of the group, okay? Helping to bring the heart consciousness back to Earth. Now, with this particular time frame, the message that they have for you is that you are birthing new creations, okay? Expressing yourself. So for some of you, you may have been in a time, let me make an adjustment here of myself, okay? You may have been in a time where you have felt like there's things that you've wanted to birth into creation, new programs, new information. It feels like for many of you it's spiritual in origin, though it could be a product, right? But it feels like there are things that you're wanting to birth into creation at this time, and it just hadn't been time yet. So you may have felt like there was not, it wasn't the appropriate time, or you felt like there were delays on your process of the creation, and it's whatever your outcome is, okay? So this could be physically doing something for other people, or this could be a manifestation for yourself. But you've been wanting to birth that into creation. And they're saying that now is the time that's opening up. What your group is saying, we have the golden children, inner child tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Okay, so I'm getting and then we have the great severing, which is Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay, so I feel like for many of you, this won't be for everyone, but there's a strong message of helping out children, or the underdogs, or people like who have gone through a lot of conflict, and helping them to soften to love. And I feel like for you guys, this feels more like you've already gone through that process. You've already walked through your shadow work, this group that I'm talking to now. So this feels more like you're helping other people to return to their innocence, to open their rare gifts, okay? For some of you, you're opening up to your gifts. This could be psychically, this could be healing, this could be you knowing specific strategies that will help people to thrive or to be better in their life. And you're helping people to sever from that anger energy, to move the Mars energy. Because remember, Mars and Venus, okay, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, and Mars, the god of war and sex, okay, they are twin flames, okay? They are lovers. And so the opposite of Mars energy, the divine feminine side of Mars energy is love, is beauty, okay? Mars energy can just be passion when it's channeled correctly. Beautiful, beautiful passion. So what you're helping people to do is to move to their innocence. You're moving to this golden kind of innocence. It's like you're moving into the position of being like the golden child, like your inner child. You've done, how are they saying that? You've done your inner child work. So now it's glowing golden, and it's your inner child, or what we call here in Hawaii, the inner child is called unihipili, okay? Your unihipili, or your subconscious mind, is now working with you, okay? And your team is working with you to help release these anger packets, they're calling it, okay? So I feel like while you're creating this new manifestation, they're showing me step by step, there's a rhythm, but it's like you come up against sometimes little anger packets, and this might come in the form of some conflict, but you're helping to soften and dissolve that out to love. So it's like as you're going on your path, it's getting clearer and clearer for you to go ahead and birth this creation and to express yourself. And for some of you, you're learning to express yourself in a loving way. I feel like you always try to be loving, but it may be that you've just had people recently who have had a lot of conflict inside, and so you've had to express with conflict back to be in rapport in order to lead them to love, okay? And I know that because I feel this uncomfortability with some of the ways in which you've had to communicate to people in the recent past, but what it's doing is actually bringing you back into love and your manifestation. So you're on track is what your team's saying. Okay, we have called. It says soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. All right, so you're absolutely in your soul gifts. I feel like for many of you, you're becoming aware of more gifts of your soul, because you got both rare gifts and soul gifts and training. So you're going to be helping others to train into how to open up their spiritual gifts. You have more spiritual gifts that are opening at this time. So it's like severing out any ties with people or energies or situations that would come at you angry or in conflict. We're taking the path of least resistance here. Okay, so what Spirit's showing is that you may have felt like you were at war for a little bit the past, like what they're saying is 3 to 5 years. A little bit of war within yourself, because you can see Pleiadians are extremely prophetic. So you see big picture and big future vision. And so you can see where you end up in this positive 5D awareness and beyond, okay? And where you're taking your clients or your vision to that. But there may have been some conflict, and it may have felt like you've been a little bit at war for the last several years. That could be spiritual or just in your day-to-day life. There's been people who have been in conflict, and that's about to change. You're going to sever ties with that energy and focus on the path of least resistance, okay? Because you're being called to step on up. I do feel like you may be training children. That may not be for everybody, but for a large group, you may be training children. Some of them may have special needs or be highly advanced spiritually, and sometimes that looks like autism, or sometimes that looks like what we would call a disability, but really they're advanced in their soul self. So this group, you may be working with children specifically, okay? I know that's a very specific kind of thing, but it feels like I'm seeing teachers or creating new type of schools that are safe and like spiritually driven, but not religious driven, I guess you could say. So yeah, it's like where they're showing me like the X-Men. It's almost like you're going to be teaching and training these beautiful gifted souls on how to be here in this world that's so much different than they are, okay? Because we do have the, how can I say this? The souls that are entering right now into planet Earth are very sensitive, and they're the next levels up in the evolutionary process in their starseed origins. So you're going to be helping them to acclimate to Earth and to use their soul gifts in some way. Okay, so that may not be for all of you, but a good portion of you have a focus on the younger generations. Okay, we have House 10, which is structure, discipline, life, mission, accomplishments, and career. Okay, so again, what you are birthing into creation may be a whole new career. Okay, what they're saying is you have done the spiritual work. Now it's time to have the steps in the 3D realm to go ahead and move forward on your life mission. It may not have been time before, but you're about to have that accomplishment. You're about to have, this is Capricorn energy. This is like you have gone through the tough parts already, and you're continuing on your discipline, but you are absolutely going to make your accomplishment. And we have Gemini energy here. And so this is curiosity, intelligence, and networking, okay? So this is you being curious and use your network, okay? So for whatever you're birthing into creation, take it step by step, structured and disciplined, not airy-fairy woo-woo. As much as you guys spend time in spirit, this is asking you to take step by step, be curious, use your network. So Geminis are fantastic storytellers. They're also fantastic at communication. So this is you communicating with your network, getting the information and the steps needed to birth your creation onto the earthen plane, because it's your time and you're called, and it's necessary for you to birth this creation out and express yourself, because your services are needed. Okay, so that they're being very clear that it's now time to go from idea phase, and it's now time to put in the physical components. And then we have dream and transcend, Neptune energy. So this is Pisces energy here. Okay, so take your dream and transcend any limiting beliefs or anger, or you're severing out that anger. You're transcending it so that you can have your dream. Dream your big dream right now, because your big dream is the thing that's coming into Earth. Your big dream is what's necessary for this planet to move and evolve. You are important. What your idea is that you're bringing onto Earth, whatever it may be, it may not be with children, but for the most of you, it has something to do that's going to positively affect the children that are here or coming in. Some of you may even be like doulas or work with kids on, I'm reminded of my friend who works in airway and breastfeeding, so it could be physically like that, or it could be teaching. I'm seeing a school being opened. I'm seeing certain in-home teaching as well to kids with special abilities, okay? So, or this may be technological even, like you might have an app that's coming out that helps, or a program that's coming out that helps people to ascend and to open their gifts, their rare spiritual gifts. So you take that how it resonates. You know what you're manifesting and creating. You know what your mission is. And if you don't know what your mission is, it'll be made clear. Your mission will always go off of what your deepest heart's desires are, the pull that you've had. So if you have been very much in loving children or standing up for the underdog, some of you might be helping people who are feeling like mentally unstable, but it's actually because they are the shamans that are birthing. So some of you might be sitting with adults who can see into the spirit world, but they're labeled as schizophrenic, or they're labeled as bipolar, or they're labeled as something else, when really they're kind of looking into the spirit world. So you might be sitting and helping to birth the shamans of the world. So each of you has a different mission. Some of you, it may be more earth oriented, though I feel like if it is more earth oriented, it does have to do with people, though. Pleiadians are very people oriented. So use your network is what they're saying. Birth your creation. The time is now. So if you were looking for a sign, this is your sign. They're saying you've put in the work. Now it's time to just sever the ties with anyone who's just really bringing your energy down, because what you are, your idea that you're bringing to the world is really important. And it's going to help a lot of people, not just for now, it's a legacy, okay? So it's for those who will come long after you're gone. So you're building legacy. All right, that's going to help people in their spiritual gifts. So thank you so much. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate that. For those of you who would like to enter the contest, here's how you do it. It's free to enter, free to win. So be a subscriber if you're not already. So subscribe, hit that bell button, like and share this video, and then in the comment section below, write Pleiadian, and that lets me know that you would like to enter the drawing. And I will do that July 1st and announce the winner, and hopefully it is you. So thank you so much. Until next time, aloha.